What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventurer 1994 here. And today is Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. And I wanted to make this video like 3 days ago, but I haven't felt like it, and I wanted to focus on other stuff. So, it's been a whole year since I went to Disney in the month of June. Last year, back in 2023. I went as part of my brother's 18th birthday and his graduation gift, because he was graduating senior year and was leaving high school and heading to college. He was graduating senior year and he was off to college. He was finishing up 12th grade. And my brother refused to have a party that year for his graduation, so we decided to book Disney for him because he didn't want to have a graduation party like me and my brother Anthony did. So we just went with Disney for his graduation gift and his birthday gift because he didn't want to have a party. And my dad booked the trip back in March, and I was actually told about the Disney trip like back in the middle of May last year in 2023. Yeah, I was informed like a month and a half in advance. I was even told before I left for Albany for the first time back in May of 2023. And it was like days after I started my 2023-24 Psycho series. This Disney trip that happened in June 2023, that was like the first trip I went on for Disney in the series. I did 4 Disney trips in this series. June and July 2023 and April and May of 2024. And this was the trip we stayed at the Grand Floridian for like 3 days. So yeah, we were planning this trip for 3 months, and we were actually renovating my brother's room, and we were like repainting it and everything. Me and my brother, my room, mine and my brother's room were actually getting repainted. Instead of blue, we changed the room to gray, and we like renovated everything in mine and my brother's room. Like days before we left for Disney, but it took days to work on the room. And throughout that week, we were packing for Florida, and on Wednesday, June 14th, 2023, it was my brother's 18th birthday. And my middle brother made him a red velvet cake with a Mickey Mouse symbol in the middle, which was in red because it was a red velvet cake, the night before we left for Disney, which was his birthday. So we had cake and we finished preparing for the trip. And we got about like 3 in the morning, and we left for Islip that early, and we went to MacArthur Airport and we went through security. We had breakfast and we took a Frontier flight to Orlando out of MacArthur Airport at 6 a.m. It was actually broad daylight when the plane took off because June over here is like the earliest sunrise. Actually, throughout North America, I believe, the sunrise is the earliest in June. June is the month with the earliest sunrises, while October has the later sunrises. Because it was like the start of summer, so June is the month with the earlier sunrises. So it was broad daylight when the plane took off. And I was watching Toy Story 4 along the way to Orlando, and we got off the plane and we were on the Sunshine Flyer to Disney's Grand Floridian, and we check in, and the first day we head to Disney's Hollywood Studios for the first day. And this was June 15th, 2023. We went to Hollywood Studios and we spent a few hours there. And we left at like 6 o'clock and we went back to the resort, and I took my tour around the Grand Floridian Resort and we checked into our room. We had a studio room, considering that we were there for 3 days. And yeah, this trip was a special one because of my brother's graduation and his birthday. And then on Friday, June 16th, oh, I forgot to add, on June 15th, I also went in the pool after I did my tour of the Grand Floridian, which is like right next to the Magic Kingdom and the Polynesian. Yeah, the Grand Floridian's like right next to the Magic Kingdom and Polynesian, and it's a monorail ride to the Magic Kingdom, but a very short one. So on Friday, June 16th, we were going to the Magic Kingdom. And we started the day out with some breakfast, and my brother actually had a cake delivered to his room for his birthday. And then after that, we took the monorail to the Magic Kingdom. And we spent the day there. And before the fireworks commenced, we took a long walk back to the Grand Floridian. And we had to walk that because the monorail was the express going in the direction of the Grand Floridian, and it would blow right past the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian, and won't stop to the Transportation Ticket Center. So we had to walk all the way back because the monorail going in the opposite direction would have to go all the way around before it gets to the Grand Floridian again, which would take a long time. So that's why we have to take that long walk back to Grand Floridian. And there was actually a wedding going on when the fireworks were happening after we walked back from the Grand Floridian. It wasn't for any of my family members, it was someone else, from what I remember. And then tomorrow, on the last day, we headed to Epcot. But we started the day out late because we decided to sleep in, and we didn't really do much at Epcot. It was kind of a slow day. We decided to take our time that trip because we knew we were coming back in July. And we got to see some of the topiaries for the Flower and Garden Festival. Yes, and we left at like 8 o'clock because a thunderstorm was coming in, and we took the monorail back to Grand Floridian, and we went to bed early because we had an early morning flight the next day. And then we got up at like 3:30 in the morning, and we left for Orlando International Airport on the Sunshine Flyer at 4 a.m. It was Father's Day, June 18th, 2023. It was a Sunday morning. It was 1 year ago today where we came home from Disney, and we went to the airport. It was still pitch black out while we were on the bus, and we were actually watching Luca on the way to the airport. And the funny thing is, it was Luca's second anniversary that day. What a coincidence. So we got to the airport at like 4:30, and we had McDonald's that morning at the airport food court in Orlando. And we got on the air train at like 5:30, and the sun was coming up. And we got to our Frontier gate. And we had a 7:50 a.m. flight back to Long Island's MacArthur Airport. And the plane took off at 7:50 on time. And we took our 2.5 hour flight back to New York. And this was actually our first A321neo on Frontier. And our second A321neo, because back in September 2021, we took JetBlue's A321neo to Orlando from JFK back in September 2021. The Frontier A321neo in June 2023 was our second neo flight that we took on the way home from Orlando. And that was it. We were home and we didn't really do anything else for Father's Day because we were all exhausted from that early morning flight. So yeah, it's been a year since I went on that trip for my brother's graduation and birthday. Yeah, I remember we had cake in the hotel room for his birthday, and he got a lot of gifts there too. So I guess that's it.